Using a data logger to make an IV or current potential difference graph can allow you to display the graph very quickly. Adjusting the potential difference or voltage on the power supply quickly produces a IV graph here for a resistor, and if I swap the connections round, I can get the negative currents and potential differences as well. You can do the same thing for a diode, here connected in series with the resistor to avoid the current getting too large, and again you can adjust the potential difference on the power supply and quickly build up the IV graph here for the diode. Let's have a look at the setup that you need in order to produce these IV graphs so quickly. Firstly, I'm connecting from my power supply to I've got two 33 ohm resistors in parallel to give a resistance of around 16.5 ohms. Then from the resistor, we connect back to the power supply via the current sensor. And we're going to have the red end of the current sensor next to the resistor and the black end of the current sensor connected to the power supply. For most data loggers, the negative or black leads must be connected in the same place in the circuit. So I'm going to connect the voltage sensor one end to the negative end of the power supply and the other to the far side of the resistor. You then need to adjust the settings in the data logging software that you're using so that it plots a current potential difference graph rather than plotting current and potential difference against time. I'm also adjusting the scales of the graphs to match the sort of values that I'm expecting to get. So I'm making the current go from minus 0.8 amps to plus 0.8 amps and the potential difference from minus 12 volts to plus 12 volts. And once I've done that, the last thing that I'm going to do is adjust it so that rather than plotting lines, it just plots a point. So I've said to just do the marker, and I also know that this will look better if I set it to have a thinner line. So from the settings, I'm going to choose the graph line thickness to be thinner. If your current and voltage sensors have a zero error on them, you may need to tear them to put them to zero before you start taking your results. On my very old data harvest sensors, they need this doing every time. Now I can click to start logging and then turn on my power supply, which is currently set to 0 volts, and then increase the potential difference or voltage on the power supply slowly as the data logger gathers points. I can turn it down again, in which time it will take more points and add them to the graph, and I can clearly see the characteristic for a resistor IV graph of a straight line through the origin. Then if I swap the connections to the power supply around, I can get my negative currents and potential differences, which completes my IV graph for a resistor. I don't recommend trying this for an IV graph for a filament lamp because the filament takes time to reach an equilibrium temperature, during which you may get some strange readings. It does, however, work well for a diode. I recommend that you connect a diode in series with the resistors so that it doesn't get too large a current, but you need to make sure that you move the potential difference or voltage sensor so that it is just measuring the potential difference across the diode and not across the diode and resistor. And then finally you can complete the circuit by connecting the resistor to the diode. And then we have a circuit that goes from the power supply to the resistors, through the diode, through the current sensor and back to the power supply, with the potential difference or voltage sensor connected across the diode. Once you've adjusted the range for current and potential difference to new sensible values, then you can start logging again and turn on the power supply and increase the voltage or potential difference to get all your points for the positive currents and potential differences. And then you can decrease them again and pick up a few more points on the way back. Then you simply need to reverse the connections to the power supply so that you can get your negative potential differences and negative currents, which are not terribly exciting for a diode, and you should find that you just get points along the axis because there is a very high resistance in reverse bias.